There's nothing quite like the Providence course in the rain. It's firm ground and it drains well, but when actively wet or raining, there's a thin, ruthlessly slick top layer of mud, like peanut butter on especially brown toast. Gotta love the start line antics here between former teammates Jeremy Powers of Aspire and KCCX's Zach McDonald, arguing like siblings to see who can roll their wheel furthest past the line before the whistle, though Cannondale Cyclocross World's Lucas Winterberg is the clear winner in that competition. Not that I would advocate this sort of gamesmanship, but it's extremely difficult to police, and you'll note that all of them get off the line very well, though perhaps karma catches up to Winterberg with a botched clip-in. Lots of grumbling about the curb transfer atop the opening straight. Van Dessel Shimano POC's Mike Garrigan gives Cannondale Cyclocross World's Curtis White a little tap to let him know he's there, but the best bet is to go with the flow, don't stare at the obstacle, and if there's a place you can ride, like the cone fence gap spotted by one of the Norco factory riders here, go for it. Powers leads the pack onto the course, but as has been his style for the past few seasons, he opens very relaxed, letting McDonald go while he calmly sits up and tosses his gloves to the team tent of the very riders stuck behind him. Continuing with the ride where you can approach, watch McDonald and Powers pushing way out against the tape to come around this bend, carrying speed and maximizing the amount of time they do turning on nice grippy grass. McDonald's had some tough seasons, but he's great in these conditions, confidently throwing his bike through corners and whipping the rear tire to scrub speed quickly and generally making the most of the freedom to pick his lines this early flyer gets him. But as Powers shows here, a big engine can be nice too. In fact, Powers began to pull away from everyone on only the second lap, while Noosa Finest Yogurt's Alan Krukhoff starts showing a little mud weakness as McDonald slips by on the inside here, and then finds a few more pedal strokes in this off-camber a few moments later. By lap 3, Powers was well clear, prompting an acceleration from Johnson. Krukhoff responded but was slowly distanced by the former national champ who had little luck chasing the current title holder, away and clear and ensuring Killington Mountain School's Jonah Meade Van Court would have a very short day. Johnson was 13 seconds down at lap 4 and nearly as far up on the group in third, so let's focus on that battle, as XL LED's Jonathan Page hit out from the chase, leaving Krukhoff to begin a fairly significant pack slide. Guessing something went wrong for him here as he enters this muddy corner with Pure Energy Scott's Cameron Dodge, but comes out several riders down, going much more slowly. A 7-rider group formed behind the former world silver medalist, led by Dodge. By 5 laps in, the group behind Page had swollen to 10, and Dodge led Raleigh Clements Ben Berden past him moments later. Halfway through the lap, the group was just 5, with Stephen Hyde getting rad for Jam Fund as Cannondale's Winterberg closed out the group. Berden kept the pressure on as the rain kicked up, beginning to distance Page, while Winterberg came to the front at the start of lap 6, and his tempo began to gap Hyde as the lap wore on. The Cannondale rider showed no sign of easing the next time around, and eventually forced an error from Dodge, who slid out in the changing conditions, forcing Berden to dab his way past. The Belgian would recover, offering a nice contrast of styles after the jump, carrying speed around the wider line rather than braking for the tight one, while Dodge had fallen behind Hyde and Boulder Cycle Sports' Sean Milne, who showed some decent handling skills not to take each other out after a mid-air collision. By 2 to go, the battle for third was down to Winterberg and Berden, with the Cannondale rider distancing his competitor up the steeper inclines, and the Raleigh Clement rider eking it back through the bends. In case you've forgotten, Johnson is still the next rider ahead of these two, in second, getting the bell over an hour in, which maybe this race could have been better timed, yeah? Especially considering the rain and the setting sun, as even race leader Jeremy Powers needed some artificial lighting on his way to a very easy win, with riders still 10 minutes behind him out on course. Johnson, who maybe left his pursuit of Powers a bit late, still had a healthy gap for second, while Winterberg closed out the podium, using his speed to finally dispatch Berden up the paved finishing stretch. I'm Cosmo Catalano, and that's how the race was won.